Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mehdi Zare. I am from Tehran, Iran. I want to give you a brief explanation on earthquake hazard and risk assessment and management, and a special reference to Tehran. This is the map showing the earthquake hazard zoning in the country, and you may see the condition in around Tehran. Tehran is located in the northern part of the country. You see that it is very close to a very hazardous, risky area. It is located next to the major faults, and a population of 8 million during the night are living there. I mean, 8.8 million people during the night, and about 13.5 million during the day are living in Tehran. And these are the faults you see around the city itself. And this is a brief history of the earthquakes occurred around the city. You see that there have been a lot of major earthquakes during the last 2,400 years, all around the city, but not inside the city itself. You see that around Tehran we had a lot of major earthquakes, but not inside. And in viewpoint of earthquake seismology, it is a very dangerous phenomenon, because we think that all of a sudden an earthquake may occur in this mega city. This is the Tehran of today, a very great city, and Tehran of about 70 years ago. Very small part in the center of present Tehran. And there are a lot of populated regions in the north and in the south of Tehran, which are assigned to be very hazardous. If you look at the faults around the city, you may observe major landslides, which may correspond to major earthquakes in the last 200 years. And a major problem is the construction on this faulty, risky area. You look in the northern part of Tehran, they still continue to construct on the faults. And here, even in the north central parts, there are the type of constructions which are tall buildings along the very narrow alleys. And this is a very recent photo of the same building. You see that the construction is almost completed. Tall 20-story buildings are constructed in a very narrow streets. And there are the problem of landslides in the northern part of city. And in the landslide hazardous areas, we have major constructions. You see that there are the installation of new apartments in such earthquake fault zones in these northern part of the city of Tehran. It is a photo of 1962 earthquake of Boin Zahra, very close to Tehran, magnitude 7.2, about 12,200 people have been killed in that major earthquake 53 years ago. It was about 150 kilometers to the center of actual Tehran. I want to explain what is performing in order to assess the earthquake hazard and the installation of early warning system for the country and for the city of Tehran. This is the network of accelerometers all over the country, more than 1,100 accelerometric stations installed all over the country. Actually, in the January 2015, the government of Iran has invested a budget of more than $7 million in order to renovate all of these stations in the country, all over the country, and developing an earthquake early warning system will be a part of this renovation and modernization of the network. You may see here the places of 1,140 stations. It is the most crowded accelerometric network in the region, and the observation and installation and maintenance of this network is performed by Building and Housing Research Center of Iran under the Ministry of Urbanization. You see here the installations of BHRC, I mean the accelerometric network and the free field stations which are installed in, mostly and very recently in Tehran. These are some views of this modern city. As I told you, more than 12 million people are living during daytime in the city. And you see here the map of strong motion network in and around the city of Tehran. This is the network around Tehran. Around Tehran, we have more than actually 50 stations, strong motion stations. And we think that it might be sufficient in order to develop an earthquake early warning system. Not yet installed, but the work has just started. This is a rapid response network which has been just installed by BHRC in Tehran. Tehran Rapid Response Network, TRRNet, and with the 20 strong motion stations installed in the free field around Tehran and inside Tehran. And these are some type of installations for such modernized network. On the other hand, in order to reduce the earthquake risk, a major task force which have been performed is the Iranian building code, which in Iran we call it standard number 2800. This standard is established in for the first time in 1965. Actually, we are in the 50 years of anniversary of this standard in Iran. But actually, it has been in the Iranian government regulation since 1987. There is a permanent committee in order to update this standard. And there are the subcommittees in very different disciplines, from earthquake seismology up to structural engineering and social and legislative problems. And almost each 5 years, this standard will be updated. The basic of the hazard map of this building code is a fault map, which is renewed very recently in 2013, and the seismicity map, a catalog updated. and the strong motion records which have been used. Actually, more than 11,700 strong motion, three-component strong motion accelerographs have been used. And you see here some of the most important strong motion records of the major earthquakes from Tabas to Manjil and Bam with the PGA greater than 0.5 G in different parts of Iran in 1978, in 1990, in 2003, and 2012. Therefore, these are some way of developing this map. And finally, you see here the different versions. This is the first version. In 1986, the zoning map has been developed. And in 2005, it is the third version. And this is the 2012, which is the fourth version. I mean, it is the actual version of this building code. And you see, this is a suggestion for compiling the earthquake hazard for the region. In order to edge matching the different hazard maps, we propose to have a building code, regional building code for our region. I mean, Iran, maybe a unified building code for the region, using in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Caucasian republics, and Turkey, and even in Iraq, might be a solution in order to share the knowledge of all of the scientists in the region and giving the expertise to the countries which has less resources, scientific and economic resources. And yes, finally, this is the map has been developed in September 2014. It has been adopted by the Permanent Committee of revising this building code. And actually, from September 2014 to September 2015, it will be in use, in exercise by engineers in order to receive their comments and in order to implement in the final print of this fourth version of our building code. And I think that it might be in a major step, and I believe that it is a major step in reducing earthquake hazard because this code has been implemented in all engineering designs in Iran, at least as a basic, at the basic level. It is an obligation. It is an obligation in order to use. And we hope that for other specific disciplines of engineering design, such as lifelines and specific structures, power plants, and etc., such building codes might be more specialized and to be published in the future. Thank you very much for your attention. If there is any question, or okay. Thank you.